Hey, what's going on? This is my review of PWG's Express Written Consent. I think a lot of people would say that this is probably one of the best PWG shows of the year, one of the best indie shows of the year. I don't know. It's probably not as good as DDT4, but I'd probably say it's better than 99, 100, and it's probably the second best PWG show. I mean, a lot of people were really high on it at the beginning of the year. So let's break it down. This took place back in February, actually, and this was kind of like Paul London's biggest match since he was fired by the WWE, and Colt Cabana actually made his independent wrestling return at this show. So there's a lot of good stuff to talk about on here. So first match, we had a nice solid opener. We had Scorpio Sky versus Zokro, and I thought this really. The crowd, the PWG crowd was there was a lot more people there, and they were a lot more into this show than the average PWG show for whatever reason. I think maybe because Paul London was announced for the show. I'm sure a lot of people came out for it. But here, I mean, this was pretty much like a lucha type of spot fest. The crowd was really into it. They did a lot of insane dives out onto the outside and stuff like that. So a lot of PWG chants. There was a lucha libre chant. So, but the ending to this match kind of fell flat. The fans hated the ending. They chanted bullshit and really hated the ending. But like I said, this is kind of like a lucha style of a match. All right, so next up we get a singles match. We get B-Boy versus TJ Perkins. B-Boy kind of reminds me a little bit of Homicide. Obviously, he's not as good as Homicide. Homicide's a rare breed. So, but TJ Perkins, we've seen him. Like I said, he's pretty much... He mainly wrestles on the West Coast, and actually they said in this match this was his last match because he was headed down to FCW. So we'll see what happens with him. But I thought him and B-Boy really put on like a solid match here. They got a lot of time out there. This went maybe 15 to 17 minutes. There was some crazy stuff in it. B-Boy actually did a Death Valley driver, like a running Death Valley driver into the ring post. He didn't hit him on the ring post, but he like dropped him down right before they got to the ring post. It just looked pretty brutal. What else happened here? There was a 450 splash. I believe it was TJ Perkins that did it, and B-Boy kicked out of it. And just a lot of near falls. A lot of the crowd was pretty into it as well. So yeah, these two guys did get time out there. And okay, so next match we get a singles match. We get El Generico versus Kenny Omega. I thought this was excellent. I thought this was second best match of the night. There was some comedy stuff at first, but then as the match progressed, it got serious. And then there was I thought Kenny Omega looked amazing here. He pulled off a lot of like moves that we don't see anymore. You know, just I can't even think of what they were or think of the names of them because I don't know the names of them. But just a lot of like Japanese type of maneuvers that we really don't see in the United States. So and then El Generico is just very fun. He's like the main babyface in PWG. But eventually Kenny Omega and the referee started going at it. Kenny Omega disagreed with the referee about something, and then the referee didn't back down from him. And then the referee actually did a lariat to Omega, and the crowd was going crazy for that spot. You know, because you really never seen anything like it. The referee did a really nice lariat, and that enabled Generico to hit the brainbuster on the top of the turnbuckle, which everyone loves seeing. And then El Generico pinned Omega to get the win. So yeah, this is a very fun match, and I thought these two made a great combination. This match needs to happen in Ring of Honor. It hasn't happened yet, but this is one of the good things coming up. Ring of Honor has a lot of fresh talent because they have access to PWG. So I definitely think like the future does look bright, and there's like matchups like this that are really going to be intriguing for the ROH fans. So, all right. So next up we get Austin Aries versus Necro Butcher. No disqualification match. Really was not feeling this at first. I really hate Necro Butcher matches. I'm just not a big fan of them. I hate trashing people like that. Usually I try to be a nice guy and give everyone a fair chance, but if there's one guy on the independent wrestling scene who I really like just have to suck it up and just watch their matches, it's Necro Butcher. But the first half of the match really wasn't anything special. They really didn't bring out the hardcore stuff until the later part of the match. Like Necro really needs the hardcore stuff to actually survive. But But the ending to this match is pretty good. They brawled in the crowd, which was kind of like blah. I was really bored by it. But then when they got back into the ring for like the final 5 minutes, this got really, really good. Aries actually took a chain and wrapped it around his boot and did his, he did his drop kick into the turnbuckle to Necro. I thought that was a brutal spot. That actually busted Necro open. And then Aries actually did the brain buster in the middle between two chairs. I thought that was a pretty brutal spot as well. So there was some pretty innovative stuff. I thought Necro actually showed some pretty good fighting spirit as well. So this wasn't that bad. I'd probably say 3.5 because I thought the ending to the match was that good. So next up we get Chris Hero versus Human Tornado for the PWG title. Match got underway, and then eventually Colt Cabana just came out of nowhere and just said that he's back and he wants to wrestle for the PWG title. So they changed it to a 3-way. It wasn't really a comedy match. Colt and Hero were working together at first for a little bit, and then it just got pretty good. They wrestled pretty hard. It was pretty intense. Really nothing special, but I just thought it was intense, fast-paced, and crisp. Didn't really go too long. The finish featured Hero doing like a spinning Yakuza to Human Tornado, and the crowd booed the shit out of it because they didn't want to see Hero retain. So, yeah, it kind of had an abrupt ending. I thought it could have been a lot better, but this was pretty much done to set up a rematch between Hero and Cabana. And then Tornado and Hero actually had a huge feud prior to this match. So Hero and Tornado actually shook hands, and that was kind of like the end of their feud. So, I don't know. This could have been a lot better, but... Alright, next we get the match of the night. This is the match to see. This is the match to pick up the DVD for. It's a 6-man tag team match. We get Paul London and... Paul London and the Young Bucks versus the Dynasty of Karl the Machine Gun Anderson. We've seen him in Ring of Honor a couple times, but I've never really been that impressed with him. But here I thought he really was used well. So it was Karl Anderson, Scott Lost, and Joey Ryan. The Dynasty. This is an excellent 6-man tag match. It kind of started off weird at first. London was like botching everything in the first couple minutes, but once it picked up, this got really good. This is probably one of the best 6-man tag matches I've seen. Besides the Dragon Gate 6-man matches, probably one of the best 6-man independent wrestling matches from the United States, not involving Dragon Gate guys. I thought it was that good. I thought everyone looked good here. Everyone was used well. I thought London, once the match got going, he looked comfortable. He looked like he enjoyed wrestling out there. He looked like he was back in his comfort zone. The Young Bucks looked great as always. The guy that really impressed me here is Joey Ryan. He did a lot of stuff I never really seen him do before. There was a lot of just exciting stuff in this match, and I can't say enough about it. And I thought the ending was phenomenal. The Young Bucks hit the more bang for the buck, and then out of nowhere, Paul London was right there and did his shooting star press. The commentator said that might have been the best shooting star press they've ever seen. So yeah, that was a pretty good match. The match was put together because Paul London and Joey Ryan cut a promo on each other at the beginning of the show. Joey Ryan was kind of criticizing London for blowing his chance in the WWE, and then London says something to Joey Ryan saying, well, at least I'm not an independent wrestler who still lives at home with my mother. So that's really how the match was put together. But like I said, this is an excellent 6-man tag match. This is probably the best match I've seen in PWG the whole year. I'm trying to think of something that might come close. Maybe, in my opinion, maybe Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson from PWG 100, or one of the Young Bucks matches from DDT 4. So I mean, this is definitely one of the better PWG shows of the year. I think everything was at least very good on here. I don't think anything was you can consider bad. There's no filler on here at all. So check it out. Express written consent. If you're gonna pick this show up, I'd actually recommend it wait till Black Friday, because you could probably get it for maybe $8 or $9 from the ROHWrestling.com sale right before Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving. Okay.